Hello, everybody, and welcome to Red Valkyrie Presents. I am one of your hosts, CY.borg Valkyrie. Shae is flailing around backstage because she's trying to make hand gestures to me while no one else can see her but me. Shae, are you ready to be on screen? I understand that you're making the camera clicky. Just give me a fucking thumbs up if I should add you. Okay, here you go. Here she is. Shit.
And it gets better. Hold on.
Oh, hold on.
Oh,
There we go. Yes.
that's so funny. Like I was wondering, like what you were gonna do.
I thought long and hard, and then went, let's do this.
No, that's actually a good problem. So I was like, I almost wrote you and was like, please don't cut your head off.
She bleeds for her art.
I am dedicated, but I draw the line at being beheaded. So
Yeah.
I'll just hold on to my head right over here. We're good. We're good.
That's awesome.
So how's everybody doing?
Oh, awesome.
I'm doing well.
Yeah. I'm really excited because
We can't tell.
Look, I'm smiling. Smile. I'm really excited for this because I love, like, Halloween is one of my favorite times of year, and being like The Legend of Sleepy Hollow is one of the most classic stories ever, and then having this entire thing be illustrated by PTP is like awesome. It's super badass.
That's all. Well, I'm excited that you're excited. I mean, like
I lost my head over it. I was so excited.
and I've been telling people not to do that, but that you went ahead and did it anyway.
I did.
This is something that I've been wanting to do for like a while. Growing up, like I was a fan of just like straight up like illustrated books. Like Frankenstein or like Robin Hood or Treasure Island. But just books that I had like one side is all text and then the next page is a full illustration, lots of details.
Absolutely.
And I kind of wanted to do a book that was very similar to that. Now, this book is kind of like a hybrid. I kind of do I mix it up. I do some comic book stuff in here. I do some children's book stuff in here. But I kind of just wanted to kind of just have a lot of fun with this book.
Yeah, I think it's really it's a cool thing to see because I've seen a lot of people do Sleepy Hollow illustrations and things like that, and usually they go either like the classic Disney Ichabod Crane kind of style, or they focus so much on the Headless Horseman, but they don't really the other characters are kind of inconsequential, despite the fact that they're pretty pivotal to the story.
Yeah, I mean everyone's important. Like Brawn, in the story is really important. Even Gunpowder, Ichabod's horse, is a really important character in the story.
One of the most pivotal, I would say. His horse is a superstar in the story, and I love that you've taken the time to really give them kind of the proper gravitas with the way that you've illustrated them, and that just all of your characters are so they matter. They feel like they're so rooted in the world that you've drawn that it makes sense. Of course they're going to be a part of this. Of course they're going to play pivotal things.
If you like just the things that you've seen so far, once it comes out, there's so much more that I'm holding back.
Oh,
I'm really concentrating on not just the Headless Horseman, because if you read the story, the whole town, the whole area of Sleepy Hollow was kind of myth to have witches and ghosts and stuff like that. It just wasn't the Headless Horseman.
Right.
There's a lot of rumors and stuff of ghosts and all that in that area. So I kind of wanted to focus a little bit on that just Sleepy Hollow in general was a spooky place. And as you mentioned before, it's now the Disney story is awesome. The Disney story is really great. it kind of only touches like on Ichabod for a second, you know, like it kind of paints him to be kind of like a douche. But I mean, like most of it is the chasing, like between like the headless horseman and so forth. But there's a lot that kind of like leads up to that. And you know, even with Tim Burton's like Sleepy Hollow, which I think is a good story, but has nothing to do with the the actual story, except for there's a headless horseman in it.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to get back to the OG story, you know, kind of remind people like what the story was actually about. So that's and like it just celebrated 201 years. Like it's I think it's America's first horror story. And it's a classic, and it's important that we remember it.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree, and I love that you're sitting here talking about this town, because people who've only seen the Disney or the Tim Burton, they're like, oh yeah, the Headless Horseman, and like that's all they know about Sleepy Hollow. But Sleepy Hollow is like the town that God forgot. Like that's where all of the ghast and the ghouls and the witches and like everything that goes bump in the night concentrates in Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to read it to me, Sai. I can't read it.
Like even though it's even though it's only about 45 minutes or maybe an hour north of New York City. At the time, you know, in 1819, you know, like when the story was written, that was very far away, and it's like you had to go through a lot of scary woods, like to get to well, it's actually called Tarrytown is the town that's connected to Sleepy Hollow. Like Sleepy Hollow is a part of Tarrytown. But I mean, you know, that was out in the sticks. That was out in the boonies. You know, because I mean, even at that time, like New York City was just like a marketplace. So you know, to go out to Sleepy Hollow, that was to really travel far out there. There's a lot of weird Native American like witch doctor stuff going on out there still.
Oh yeah.
So it's like you know, it was a pretty spooky place.
That's awesome.
And Shae, what Amanda B had said was, "I leave and come back," and I was like, "Where did Shae go?" I thought it was her chair.
No, I'm right here. Hi. It's nice to see you all. Thanks for coming out.
That's the best costume.
What did Eric say?
America's first horror story was taxation, and it is a monster we still face today.
That's good. That's good. That's not a story. That's not a novel. That's just reality.
We tried to battle it with saltwater tea. It worked for a little while.
Well, before we you know kind of delve a little bit more into the campaign itself, first off, we should probably show it. And you know,
why not?
I feel like maybe we watch the trailer. Like,
okay,
you okay with that?
I have one that I can queue up, or you can play one straight from the internet. It's up to you.
I've got this one right here. Is should be okay unless there's some crazy copyright that's gonna creep up.
Nope.
Fantastic.
Go for it.
Good job, Shae.
I can kind of see.
Well, I mean, you have no eyes. Should have put eyes on the pumpkin.
Yeah.
I love this illustrated style. Awesome. Hope I can't find my refresh.
F5, Shae.
Thank you. That's better. Nope, didn't work. There it is.
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
Oh, fuck. I was like, you guys can laugh at my NF in pink, but, you know, whatever. Okay, so this, I really like your art style and the way that you do these illustrations. Like, you've done such a good job in the way that you've got things placed and panned out. Like, your scene of the Headless Horseman with the moon,
Mm-hmm.
that's just perfectly aligned, and I'm like, man, honestly,
like that was a inking demonstration that I did for my students in my illustration class,
nice.
and that was kind of like the piece that kind of like sprungboard this thing into happening. Because I did it, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I always kind of wanted to do a Sleepy Hollow children's book type of layout, and I was like, let me just do a piece every couple months, and one thing that I concentrated on was like every page is like super like hammy as far as like the design goes. Like it's like super over the top. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing is, if I was a Headless Horseman, like riding around, I would do, anytime there was a full moon, I'm like, man, we are riding, and I'm gonna make sure I am lined up just perfect anywhere I go, because I want to watch everyone shit their pants. I'm just gonna show up and be like, sup, see that moon?
I'm gonna watch everyone shit their pants with my lack of eyes.
Yes. He can still, for not having a head, he's very adept at getting around. He can still see things. I don't quite understand how, but he manages.
Yeah, he does it somehow. Yeah. So everything I just really try to ham it up. I just kind of try to go over the top with the design element, and that's kind of like in spirit of like the old school like illustrative type of book. Just like really concentrating everything on that one image.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the old school, like you're talking, those old school children's books and stuff that were like that, they would always be some of the most gorgeous art. Like there would be, if they were in color, there was like just the perfect combination of colors, and there's so much going on because you're covering an entire page written of stuff. You're trying to get all these little Easter eggs and these little bits and bobs, so the reader spends almost as much time staring at the page.
I have some that I even collect today. Like here's one that I kind of was using for reference. It's called Frankenstein Makes a Sandwich. And it's and it's a cool type of children's book. Like here it shows like here's like an illustration of the Invisible Man getting a haircut.
Oh, geez, that's dangerous.
And see like the pumpkin guy that's reading the newspaper in the background, and then Medusa's coming in the door. So like this is kind of like a new kind of modern type of idea of what I was talking about. Here's like just like a fun Phantom of the Opera piece.
Fun.
This is very cool.
Not scary at all.
Yeah. So like I wanted to do something like that, and then that's why right here I have a mock-up of what the book looks like. Here's the back, and it's gonna be hardback. Hopefully, if we make to it, it's gonna have a dust cover. But so like this book is very much so in the spirit of something. It's like it's not just like a comic book. It's not just like an illustrated book. It's not just like a children's book. It's just like this. Just bundle up a bunch of different ideas of mine just put out in just like one piece of art. It's just like a piece of art, Right.
Well, and I love that everything is so, like, I've stared at this picture of the girl.
Katrina?
I stared at this forever. I was like, oh, she's so pretty. And every time I've seen her, it was always so frumpy and very like pioneer or Amish, or just like
like like in this story they get like really descriptive of her. Like they call her like a ripe 18 or something like that. It's like it's a little bit like raunchy.
just legal.
Yeah, like they're very descriptive, about how like barely 18 she is. So it's but they talk about how she's like super super attractive. So I just had to make like a really young, attractive looking woman,
Yeah. Well, and I love that this is your aesthetic. So anyone who hasn't seen Mrs. Parnell, you have a good eye for attractive ladies. I'm just saying. So I love that your aesthetic is that you're she's 18, but kind of steampunky a little bit. And and I was looking at this going yes, this is the attractive. I agree.
Well, it's interesting because in the story, it describes her, and it says that she's she dresses old fashioned, but she has modern little things that she adds to her outfit that kind of make her look kind of hip. And again, that's something that they don't talk about in the Disney cartoon or the Sleepy Hollow thing. It's it talks about her and just to what degree that she was kind of sophisticated, and it's crazy because it's just through this whole story, it's I'm trying to give too much away for anyone that hasn't seen it or read it, but it's you don't actually know if she likes Ichabod or Braun. The whole thing, it's kind of interesting. She's playing both of them against each other.
I love how you're there might be spoilers on a 201-year-old story. I'm pretty sure the time has passed. If you don't know, it's your own fault. Sai, what is this?
Well, again, what I meant by that is I think a lot of people kind of have forgotten the OG story. I think everyone knows who the Headless Horseman is, but it's just do people remember that he was a hired, basically mercenary, from Russia? There's a backstory to him too.
That's crazy.
There is no message included with it on either StreamYards or YouTube, so he can feel free to type it in the chat, and I'll be happy to highlight it.
He's just doing a $10 shout out.
Well, thank you for the $10. We appreciate you. Oh, look, there's another one. I can't read these. You have.
How
to read
you
them
doing, guys? Hope your week been good. TGIF.
Thank you. Who is this?
Same. Maverick Valor Studios.
I like you say same, and this is the first time you've said it. Thank you, Maverick. We appreciate you. Sai, I don't have a head. The fact that I am able
to
scroll. Look, I can scroll, and this should be impressive as shit to everybody who's paying attention, because I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, you're doing good.
There's nothing here, guys. It's just empty.
You heard it here first. Shae has an empty head. Airhead. Hollow.
Yeah, exactly.
Shae is sleepy and hollow.
Yeah. Well, and the best part about this, they treated the inside of it with something. So if I put it on my head and leave it there for too long, it's kind of like the same effect if you were to spray a bunch of spray paint into a paper bag and stuff it. Oh yeah. I had it sitting up here just waiting, and then once I was we're about to be live, I kinked it down, and then Sai kicked me backstage because they were I didn't know if you wanted to be seen yet or not. I was that's why I did it! Now I have to keep this on my face and smell it and
you're I'm ready. I'm ready.
Exactly. I'm gonna be so lit for my birthday stream after this. Okay, so you have foil prints. Oh my gosh. How are you doing? Because it's all grayscale, so how are you doing the foil print?
So the foil prints. Well, and also just real quick, this is another example of how I'm just going over the top with the design element, just really just kind of hamming it up, just trying to make it look as symmetric or rules of the thirds or whatever I can, just kind of make it look. I mean, I don't want to say perfect, but just kind of making it look like you would never see this shot. It's too perfect,
Yeah.
So the things that are going to be silver here. Well, first of all, this is going to be a 9x6, it's like a giant postcard. The things that are going to be silver here are going to be like the jack-o'-lantern eyes, the fireflies, and then the windows in the house.
Oh my gosh, that is so perfect.
And then with the other one, it's going to be the head is going to be silver, and then the jack-o'-lantern eyes are going to be foil.
That is super cool, and I love. So it may be gimmicky for a lot of people, and I really don't care. I love when you have like a really beautiful piece of artwork like this, and you do spot gloss or you do spot foil.
Oh yeah, I like it too.
And it's everything just so brings it out. And the fact that you're like, well, it's going to be silver, so I'm going to do all of the light. Or, you know, another one that would be really, really cool with your style is if you did something like this, but you had all of the black be what was shimmery. For like a spot gloss and stuff, just to really kind of sell that, like,
or like, just the trees. Like just the trees would be like a gloss, and everything else would be matte. That'd be cool too.
Yeah, but the thing is good art lends itself to that so well, and it would be so cool to see, like, either one of those, whether it's we're gonna accent the light or we're going to accent the dark. But I think that doing the foils for the eyes and the fireflies and the windows and stuff is going to be really, really awesome.
Yeah, I experimented a little bit with the action figure campaign. We had a foil card that you got with that, and then also with the second chance like action figure Johnny Fantastic campaign, I did like a foil card back. So I've had some kind of experience on how to kind of what works and what doesn't work. So my prediction is that these are going to come out really, really well. And they're gonna be nice little collector pieces. Like they're gonna have some weight to them. Again, like they're on some thick card stock, and they're gonna look pretty sharp, especially if people like collecting stuff. And I'll be signing these and all that stuff.
Well, the thing that's really cool too that I'm really down for, because I love this time of year so much, having something like this that is drawn by somebody that is an artist that I really like their style, but that also doesn't scream like a specific IP or a specific it's not like, hi, this is Superman, like, you know, big S logo and everything. It's like, this is Sleepy Hollow, and you'll know it's Sleepy Hollow, but this is, if somebody looks at it and doesn't know that you have that book, they're not going to necessarily know that this is anything other than a really cool, creepy Halloween theme piece. So you can frame this and put it out every single year and be like, oh yeah, we're gonna put the PTP pieces over here on the mantle again this year, kind of thing. And
that'd be cool
to enjoy them like that, especially doing this one, because everyone knows the Headless Horseman, you know. But it's like, hey, this is done by somebody that's awesome.
it would be a good coffee table book to have out around Halloween and Thanksgiving.
Yeah, absolutely.
Someone was just asking about usually prefer it being in color. Now, if you scroll down just a hair, at 15,000, everyone is going to get a 9x6 color print of the cover.
A little more big.
There you go.
Yeah.
So at 15K, like, everyone's going to get, like, very similar to the size of the foil print. It's not going to have foil on it. It'll just be color. But everyone is going to get a print of this at 15,000. So, you know, I like it in black and white, but color, it looks fun too. So,
well, and that's the thing, is you have the option of either. And so, like, you know, in my head, I'm thinking of, because I have so much art, like, it's everywhere, right? And I'm actually running out of wall space, and so I'm getting to the point where I'm gonna have to start changing it out. And there's some pieces that I would want up year round, like the black and white of the Headless Horseman I would have up year round because it's beautiful. The color version is the right color scheme for me, because it's that really, like, ethereal kind of creepy purple that I always think of when I'm like, if you don't want to do orange and black, because everything is orange and black for Halloween, you can lean into that purple or the acid green, and having something like this that came out every year, and then the black and white that stayed on the back wall would be awesome. So get to 15,000. Get
yeah. Well, I mean, like purple is a very special color. It's got to be just right.
It does. Otherwise, it looks.
I mean, actually, like, if you look at your streamer thing in the bottom, see, you know, like that purple is almost the same exact purple. Yeah.
And we went a little bit on the brighter side because it's supposed to be eye-catching, as opposed to yours where it's supposed to be ominous. And it's like the saturation difference between those two is minuscule.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful though. I love it. All right, so what else do we have for stretch goals? So we talked about at 15K you get the color print,
And then at 20K, every book gets a dust jacket. And then at 25K, there's going to be a special Halloween poker chip that everyone will get.
Nice. You were like the poker chip king.
Well, it's funny because like I first started doing with Johnny Phantasm because it's a gambling story, so it made sense.
Right.
And then when I did Ultra Star, people just expected me to have one. And then with this one, we did something. It's called a witch's token, which is in the story.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's basically a poker chip, but it's gray and white. And then everyone was just like, well, like they just wanted a poker chip. Like they wanted something called a poker chip. So I was like, all right, at 25K, like I'll put together a poker chip.
So in other words, PTP is the poker chip person.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's that, and just like, I mean, you know how it goes when the customers are telling you that they want something, you just have to do it. You know, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, if that's what you want, then I'll do it.
Look, I made the joke one time that I drew a mean hand turkey, and that's all that people request of me anymore. So I get it. I understand. You're like, this will be cool, and they go, yeah. So you're just gonna do it forever for everything, right? And you're like, I wasn't, but
Yeah.
sure.
Well,
Yep.
I mean, pretty soon, like everything that I'm gonna draw is just gonna have bats or jack-o'-lanterns on it.
yeah, I can see that.
PCP person, poker chip person. All right.
Is PCP. Have you ever considered changing your middle name to Charles so that you'll be known as PCP?
Oh.
That sounds horrible. Don't change your name to be PCP. There's other implications there.
I mean, who really does PCP? Come on, 21st century.
I feel like enough people.
I mean, people used to do it a lot back in the day. It was very
Yeah.
popular.
Now they just use it like as an additive for other things, like lacing pot and things like that.
Gosh, yeah, don't do that either. That's horrible. All right, so let's go over your tiers so people know kind of how they can back you. If I can, where did my cursor go? There it is. Okay.
Wiggle will tell you.
I got it. I'm good. All right, so what's your featured tier? Because I literally can't read it.
So the featured tier is you get the Sleepy Hollow hardback book that is 8.5 by 11, 36 pages. You get both those foil prints that we were just looking at, the one of the Headless Horseman and then the one of the pumpkin patch. And then you also get the black and white and gray witch's coin, which is basically, it's a poker chip. So that's the one that everyone's kind of going for, especially, like there was a lot of people that signed up for the Johnny Phantasm 93 campaign, and they got an email. So a lot of people bought this in the back already.
Mm-hmm. What is that?
Someone saying
Ryan Cardinal. Yeah, sprinkle a little PCP on the book. Make it a real ride to read.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
that'd be great.
Yeah, don't. Red Valkyrie does not recommend this.
No, don't.
Red does not recommend.
I remember seeing it like someone like on PCP like peeled their face off. Like they started picking at like is it, and then like 3 hours later they just like literally just peeled their whole face off.
Must have been a Florida man.
No, I think it probably was Florida. Like Florida, like we have a bad habit of faces being ripped off, or for some reason, or being fed to dogs.
Bath salts and homeless people trying to turn into zombies. Yeah, Frog G, I agree. For legal reasons, these are jokes.
Yes, thank you, Frog G. All right, so the next tier.
Oh, the next one. So the next one is just it's just the book. If you just want to taste it, you just want to taste. You can just go ahead and scoop up the book.
It's like a dime bag.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we're gonna end up.
And then you come back and you get more after this.
He's gonna end up making an entire drug themed Indiegogo.
This is just a little to get you hooked.
Oh my gosh, first taste is free.
And then before you know, you're coming back and you're buying 3-4 books. and then we have a couple. We have actually, this is the first Riot Press production shirt. Like we turned that design into a T-shirt design.
Nice.
And I don't know, like we've made a Johnny Phantasm shirt, we made a couple, and we made an Ultra Star shirt, and we never had a chance to make a Riot Press shirt. I didn't want to make like a Sleepy Hollow shirt. I thought that might be kind of silly. So I decided to just kind of turn it into like a Riot Press shirt. And if anyone knows, if anyone got our Ultra Star shirts, like the one I'm wearing right now, like these are super good shirts. Like the guys who make shirts for like the Dropkick Murphys, and Flogging Molly and No Effects and Pennywise and stuff like that. They make these shirts, so they're super good quality. They do this thing where they like bleach first, like before they put the what's it called?
Shae can explain it.
Are you talking the direct to garment stuff?
Where they start white.
No. Yeah. It's like they bleach it like before they do the silk screening stuff, but they bleach it first, so it's like it goes on, so it's like really thin. It's not like real thick plastic. Anyway,
that's awesome.
Yeah, they're good shirts. So if you just wanna support Riot Press and just scoop up a shirt, we've got some shirts there too as well.
Very cool. And what's the difference between these two? Because I literally.
Well, one just the XXL and the XXXL are a little more expensive, so this is a different category.
Okay. Cool.
And then that one is so this one I thought this one would be fun where you could buy one and then buy a second one and donate it to your local library. Like a lot of libraries have those little huts outside where you can leave a book or take a book, or you could just drop it off at the library. But I thought it'd be kind of cool to get a new version of Sleepy Hollow in the library, and also it'd be fun to get like a Comicsgate, book like in the library as well. And
so this is like your featured tier plus an extra book.
Yes.
Okay.
That's right.
Very cool.
I just wanted to make that distinction in case the math wasn't making sense to everyone else, because you're getting the prints and the coin.
You got it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. And then we've got some original pages. That's the Ichabod coming over the hill, and then we still have the Van Tassel house is still available as well. But besides that, a lot of the art has already sold. The sketch tiers are gone and the portraits are gone. I have a Braun portrait that I'm putting up soon, and I actually have a gunpowder portrait that I'm doing as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like a horse getting his portrait taken. It's pretty funny. And then I'm actually doing a headless horseman portrait as well.
Oh, very cool.
Shae, I love how you're just holding your pumpkin there. Like you do not feel safe to set it down.
Yeah, well, she's in character.
I had it, but then I wanted to cross my legs and it was in the way, so I just figured I'd hold my head.
I hate it when the pumpkin is in the way of.
I hate when my pumpkin head gets in the way of my leg. So you missed it earlier when he was talking about stuff. I was stroking its fictional beard.
Its fictional beard.
Its head.
Talking about the PCP making you claw your face off, yeah.
Are you gonna carve a face in there or no?
I really wanted to before the show, but I ran out of time. But probably now that I have a giant pumpkin.
Yeah, I mean you kind of have to, right?
It needs something, and
I mean,
I really want it to be a really freaking twisted pumpkin head too. Like it can't be a normal pumpkin head. It's got to be like messed up.
I mean, like, really, it'd be fun just to carve pumpkins all day. It's like gutting them. That's the hard part. It's like getting all those seeds out. Like, that's the part that's like, when you're a kid, that's not the part that you're thinking about. When you're like, oh, I'm gonna carve up a jack-o'-lantern. And you're like, oh, but you have to spend 2 hours gutting it out first.
No, I always had my dad do that. Except for he did start making it fun because he was like, are you ready to pull its guts out? And I was like, yeah. And so, do like 2 or 3 handfuls, and I'd be like,
I like cooking up the seeds too. Cooking up the seeds is good.
Oh, I haven't done pumpkin season forever. Mm-hmm. I missed that. That was one of my favorite things around this time of year.
Yeah, they're good. I especially like the Cinderella style type pumpkins, like those big pumpkins.
Yeah.
Like the big fat ones. Like those have really good seeds.
Well, and I started, so when we did this with my mom, one of my favorite things is me and my dad would gut the pumpkins, and then my mom would spend time picking the seeds out and, drying them out and everything and salting them and roasting them. But I have friends who started doing it, and they were like, "Did you realize we could mix up like a glaze and we could have flavored pumpkin seeds?" And I was like, "I mean, yeah. Like, why wouldn't you? How do you think they make them?" And they go, "Well, I've only ever had sea salt ones. I didn't realize I could like add papaprika and Cajun.
You can do
stuff.
anything. You can have cinnamon.
You can make whatever
add
you
sugar
want.
and yeah.
Yep.
Add
We
pumpkin spice.
We had a
There you
couple
go.
years
Just
that were a little
overload.
excessive.
Everything pumpkins.
Oh gosh.
Just stir them into your latte.
Yeah, I mean, like when did like pumpkins just like pumpkin spice everything just took over? One year it was just everywhere, you know.
You know what I think it was is they had a lot of people started doing really really good pumpkin pies. Like I don't know if you've ever had the Eagle brand recipe pumpkin pie, but it's by far superior. It
So
could very well be.
But I mean, you think a pie started? I mean, like
I think it could have.
When you go to Wawa, when you go to 7-Eleven, like everything is just pumpkin spice.
Yes.
It's crazy. You're driving down the highway, it's like signs, pumpkin spice.
I think it started with a pie, and then people were like, "Do you realize that we can pumpkin spice other things?"
Yeah.
Because if you've ever seen what pumpkin spice is, it's not. There's no pumpkin in pumpkin spice. All of the pumpkin spice stuff is, if it ever tastes like pumpkin, it's because they added it in. But it really is just like nutmeg, ginger, cinnamon, and everyone's like losing their minds over it. And it's the basic seasoning for really any spiced anything. If you're doing spiced cider and stuff like that, it's the same stuff that they put in it. We just call it pumpkin spice because you make pumpkin pie with it.
Yeah, I remember once I bought a sweet potato pie by accident, and it tasted exactly the same.
Yeah, it's because it's all the same stuff except it's sweet potato instead of pumpkin. That's the only difference. Yeah. Otherwise it's exactly the same. But I will say, I don't like sweet potato pie, but I do like pumpkin pie. But it's because I do the Eagle brand, which is literally a can of sweetened condensed milk goes into the mixture. So
I'm gonna have to look for this.
Oh, it's so good. Oh my gosh. I'll send you the recipe. It's one of my, I literally make it every year. And anyone who's ever had my pumpkin pie is like, "Yo, are you making those again this year?" I'm like,
well, yeah, definitely do. Because the wife is definitely good at cooking. So
of course she is. Why wouldn't she be?
I mean, yeah, she's every year, like
stunning, good at cooking, runs a tattoo place. Like she just does everything. It's fine.
I'm jealous of her ink.
Right.
Oh yeah, she's got a lot. She's running out of spots, but there's still some spots available.
She's like, "I got a couple places, not many."
Yeah.
You start scheduling tattoo removal so you can reuse the space.
I've actually thought about that because I have some stuff on my right arm that I'm not too happy with because I got it at such a young age. I wasn't planning.
Mm-hmm.
And, like when I started getting tattoos, I mean, like I'm dating myself here, but it was like in like the late 90s, and you didn't really have a plan, Like now when you get a sleeve, you get a whole sleeve, and you talk to the artist, and you plan this whole thing out. Like when I got tattoos, it was just because it was random, and you just got them.
You were drunk. You looked in the book. You picked it.
Yeah, well, a heart with mom on it. That sounds good.
Yeah, basically, like, and now that I look back, I'm like, fuck. I wish I would have thought about that. I wouldn't have got a band first of all, going across. But
it's Hanson, isn't it?
A friend of mine ended up getting she had this really cool kind of tattoo on the top of her foot, and she was telling us about it and everything, and we looked at it. We're like, "You realize that that's a band logo, right?" And she went, "Wait, what?" And then she went and researched the band. She's like, "I don't even like their music." Like, you got a band logo on your foot.
Tattoo right there. Wouldn't that be funny if she accidentally got like an ICP tattoo?
Yeah, well, and it's the funniest thing is, so she sat through the because the top of the foot hurts like a bitch. So she sat through that, and then a couple years down the road, she was staring at her foot, and she's like, "I'm getting a cover up," and she got this massive fucking peacock that goes the entirety of the top of her foot and halfway up her ankle. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like
well, that'll do it.
How painful was that? And she goes, "Yeah, we're good on pain now. Like I can survive anything after going through all of that." She's like, "I'm good. Nothing's gonna scare me ever again."
Like after you get the throat done, it's all fairly easy.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. I've heard that. I've also I'm too terrified. Well, and I can't right now. But
Shae, I'll let you know how it goes.
oh gosh.
You're
Anyway,
going with me. It's your hand I'll be crushing.
Forearm. I've learned from the pregnant ladies.
No.
You
Hand.
never give a hand. You give the forearm.
Hand.
Well,
Those figures are done.
Such a dick. I'm super happy that you've done this. I think it's going to be really cool. And is there any other little bits or anything that you want to mention before we wrap?
We did have one question really quick.
What question?
Yeah, what's the question?
PTP, would you do a book inspired by Gilman? Gilman gets little to no love out of the Universal monsters.
I don't know about Gilman. Yeah, I was thinking about next because this book is going fairly well. So I want to do another type of classic, and I was thinking about doing a Hansel and Gretel story.
Ooh, yeah.
I'd like to draw the house with candy and stuff like that, because then I would do a full color book. Or I'd also like to possibly do 2,000 Leagues Under the Sea. There's some other stories that I'd like to do, but we're gonna see how well this one goes. But yeah, I wanted to share some quick images of just something that's coming up on the horizon, just for people to kind of keep their eyes out for.
Can't see any of this, but I'm sure it's beautiful.
Okay, well, yeah, let me
I'll
just
watch
describe
the
it to you. It's fantastic. On January 2nd, we're going to be launching the Johnny Phantasm Extreme 93 campaign. And this is the main cover. This is a cover by my buddy Shane Davis and Yanzi,
Nice.
and colored by the great Matt Yackey. But this is going to be the main cover. And if you sign up early for the list, you're going to be able to get down with the Shane Davis poker chip. Again, everyone likes my poker chips. So now we're going to have a Shane Davis poker chip. And I think this is the most colors that we've done in a poker chip, so I'm excited for this one as well. There's also a second cover. This is drawn by me and inked by Art T-Bear. And this is going to be kind of like cover B. And then also part of this campaign is Wave 2 of the Johnny Phantasm action figures. We're going to have a radical blue one, and then we're going to have a translucent green one available as well. And that'll be a part of the this campaign as well. So come January 2nd, we're going to be super busy when it comes to Johnny Phantasm and all that other good stuff.
That's awesome.
Is that
Go ahead, Si.
Is that poker chip pink? I just wanted to make sure. Okay. I have a filter on my monitor, so I just wanted to make sure I was seeing the color.
Oh
right.
yeah, it's super pink. But so
I can see it's pink.
So that's going to be the next project that's
cool.
That's going to be coming after Sleepy Hollow, and everyone should sign up for the mailing list. So, and that's it.
Heck yeah. And that translucent green Johnny Phantasm, I feel like he needs to glow. I don't know if he can.
Well, I like we just did the glow one, so we can't do another glow one, but the translucent green one is supposed to be a tribute to the Slime Pit Green He-Man, because the Slime Pit He-Man is he's translucent green and he's got red eyes, so we're trying to do kind of a tribute to him. But yeah, that's wave 2, and then we're gonna have more waves after that, but everyone should keep an eye out for those.
All creators just keep that in mind.
Yeah. That was one of the ones I was actually thinking about, except for it's a very big book.
It is. Bram Stoker's Dracula, Shae. That's what I highlighted. It's been out of. He didn't have a copyright in the U.S., so it's always been fair to copy. But in the U.K., the copyright ran out in '62. So.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good idea for college students. A college student could do something like that. Do an illustrated Frankenstein or a Dracula book, and have a really sweet portfolio piece. Leaving school. But I was looking for more short stories. Also, I was also looking at doing an Edgar Allan Poe book as well.
Oh yes, that's my favorite.
But
the Telltale Heart would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Just do a diorama, Shae.
I will, and I'll make
like in The Simpsons.
Yep, I'll make the little floorboard tick and move. Well, honestly, like PTP, we love having you on. It's always so much fun.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You always
Let's come
have
over
such cool, things with your campaigns that are exciting and fun to get behind. So thank you for coming on, sharing with us. Cy, thank you for running the show since I seem to have misplaced my head.
Yeah, she can't see anything.
Like PTP said at the beginning, and like what's his name, Sean Connery said in Highlander, don't lose your head.
It's too late.
Don't lose your heart.
I've got this. Got this.
You got this.
I got this. But yeah, thank you for everything that you do, and of course, thank you so much to the chat for hanging out and being just your naturally amazing selves. Please, if you have time, come back to this channel. 8:30 is when we're starting our regen cycle, and we are celebrating a little bit early, but celebrating my birthday, which is Monday. So please come and hang out, help me celebrate, have some drinks. And
what time is that happening again?
So 8:30 is when we start for members, and then 9 until probably midnight or a little bit later. We just we keep going.
We send the link,
everyone.
so everyone can join the actual panel at 9 o'clock.
I'll shoot you the link if you and wifey decide that you want to come hang out. You don't have to, of course, but we'd love to have you if you do want to come.
Sure.
And thank you, chat. You guys are epic as always. And Cy, you want to take us out?
Yep, absolutely. See you guys in a little bit. Bye.